President Moon Jae-in has called on Japan to end what he called its politically motivated export curbs. During a meeting with top business leaders, he said the government is doing its best to settle the issue diplomatically, while also calling for new measures to make South Korea more self-sufficient.
Our chief political correspondent, Shin Se-min, starts us off tonight.
President Moon Jae-in held his first face-to-face meeting with the heads of 34 local business conglomerates since Japan announced new export curbs targeting South Korea earlier this month. Also, for the first time, the president called for full-scale countermeasures, saying that the situation could perhaps extend into the long term.
우리의 외교적 노력에도 불구하고 사태가 장기화될 가능성을 배제할 수 없습니다. 모든 가능성에 대비하지 않으면 안 됩니다.
The president also slammed the remarks by a Japanese politician who said hydrogen fluoride exports to South Korea had made its way illegally into North Korea. The president said suspicions are groundless and added that Japan should refrain from making further claims. President Moon also proposed a public-private emergency response system, which he first mentioned earlier in the week. It refers to a network of regular communication channels connecting business CEOs to the country's top economic policymaker and the presidential chief of staff for policy. It is aimed at allowing the government and the businesses to better coordinate their actions moving forward. In the short run, the president promised to provide more support to expand domestic production of the restricted items and diversify their sources to help minimize damages to local firms. He also proposed measures to make South Korea more self-sufficient and less reliant on high-technology imports.
근본적인 대책으로는 우리 주력 산업의 핵심 기술, 핵심 부품, 소재, 장비의 국산화 비율을 획기적으로 높여 해외 의존도를 낮추는 계기로 삼아야 할 것입니다.
To help local businesses, President Moon pledged for his administration's support in financing local firms' technological developments, which will be included in the government's extra budget proposal, a point of strong determination that the country is not giving in to Japan's retaliatory measures. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.